Hello ladies and gents, I am Adventrue, and welcome back to From the Depths Adventure Mode, episode 18. In this episode, I'm hoping to get enough resources to replace the primary gun with the larger, more powerful version. So that's going to take a while. Also, I will have a little look at maybe changing some of the shielding around, maybe double layering it. But the other thing I do definitely want to do, I want to increase the difficulty level from the current about 11. I want to try and get up to at least around about 20 by the end of this episode, maybe a little bit further. But definitely in combat at the moment. A few little small flyers, I believe there were. There was a Comanche. This one's just spawned in. A mosquito. Oh, that's the thing which was despawning my projectiles. I faced it previously. That's a little bit irritating. What was that? Hummingbird. Don't even know what the hummingbird was. I didn't even notice that one had spawned in. Goodness me.
Moving now.
So go grab the resources of that. Then that. And that, and then try and find a portal to move through. Now, this ship I have not seen before. This looks pretty awesome. Wonder who it belongs to. I think that's Deepwater Guard crewing. Let's just unpause it and have a look. Simon. It is Deepwater Guard, but that looks really cool. I do like the way the sails are angled using spin blocks. And huge smoke pillars coming out from it as well. Oh, it's already AI dead. Yeah, it's spinning propellers at the back. There's a couple of ships that use that, and it's a really neat looking thing. No idea if it's actually makes your ship go that fast, but it looks cool. As with most Deepwater Guard ships, they explode into absolutely wonderful confetti. Why am I in the design, you might ask? Well, a new patch has landed, as you might be able to tell. There has been a new post-processing effect been added, which I'm not entirely sure on at the moment. It looks, at least in this weather, a little bit bright for my liking, but it does make things nice and clear. So I'll leave it on for now and see how it grows on me. It could just be the fact that I've been looking at the same sort of graphics for like 300 hours, that I'm a little bit used to how it used to look. So I'll give it a try at least for a few episodes. But anyway, the other reason is that there has been another fairly significant change, and that is to torpedoes. Torpedoes now, each propeller has double the thrust, but uses 3 times as much fuel. It still uses barely any fuel, but it does mean that faster torpedoes are a lot easier to accomplish, and that you can make them slightly shorter, which means they have less drag. So overall, it's quite a big buff to the torpedoes. So I'll just pull up my current torpedo design because I want to make a change to it. So this is my torpedo, the 10 block torpedo. As you can see, it's got a lot of propellers, quite a few fuel tanks, and a few warheads. So if I now launch this, we'll see how quickly it actually goes. When it actually hits the water, because it's currently going a long way. So it's currently going around 72 meters per second. And I'll cut to when it actually reaches the end of its fuel. You can see just how far it now goes. So the torpedo surpassed its maximum range before a little while ago, and it's now travelled about 6.5 kilometers. Of course, I only actually I can only fire out up to about 5 kilometers, so this is a little bit excessive. I'm thinking what I'll do, I'll swap one of the fuel tanks for a propeller and see how well that functions. So the new torpedo has been launched. It's a little bit faster, not much faster, but it's going strong. And again, I'll cut to when it reaches its final target. Well, it doesn't travel quite as far, but it gets there a lot quicker. So what I'm thinking of doing is having this one set, but then having it set to around about 4 kilometer maximum range. That will give it plenty of time to do manoeuvring and that, about 4.5 kilometers. No, 4 kilometers, because being launched from my platform here, it gains around about, well, up to about 500 meters of initial velocity, whereas that it starts from basically a standstill from my boat. So about 4 kilometers, and you should be able to reach targets a little bit quicker, and hopefully actually start doing some damage to them, whereas the previous ones were not. Once again, I was distracted by the Christmas event. This time I have designed a Christmas tree fortress. This thing is kind of insane. I love it. So, it spawns with some little drone dice. These are meant to like fly around. They have a little, well, token torpedo. They're primarily there to get shot at and avoid damage being focused on the main fortress itself. The fortress then also produces more as the combat goes on. It also has ornaments. These are designed by Chevio from the forums. These are, if you saw the Halloween event, the Nuka Lantern. These are the same sort of thing, but just reskinned for a more Christmassy feel. This also spawns them. The tree itself then has a lamp star at the top, which will help protect itself against missiles. It then has a flare system, then has a small 3-block missiles at the top, fragmentation, then 6-block EMP on the layer below. Below that is a cram cannon, which is pretty standard. It's got a bit of HE, bit of frag, nothing too spectacular. Below that we have the APS layer. This is a high explosive APS, and it fires fairly rapidly, but generally only, because it's rotating, once per target, but if there are multiple targets, it will fire at all of them, which is great. On the bottom layer is a rather ridiculous 1Q laser system. This has... it has a very, very powerful laser. It might only fire once per second, but this laser will shoot through a couple of layers of heavy armour. It doesn't have a wave front adjuster though, so smoke will basically nullify it completely. Below are the gifts. Lots and lots of gifts. So let's spawn something in and see everything explode instantaneously, because I've been spawning it all in. I must say the shade does look rather awesome. There goes the Nuka Lanterns. Well, they aren't Nuka Lanterns, the ornaments! And yeah, big explosions, lots of stuff happening. The nuke goes off at the side there. The cram cannons hit. It's just great. I love it. And my little drones just going around. Again, do a load of little vanguards. As I said, this jib is great at shooting lots and lots of smaller vessels. Due to as it rotates, it fires at everything. So you see it's shooting at that one, then that one. It's currently... everything is attacking salvage. Ignore salvage. And then the little drones going in. Nuka Lantern gets close. Well, not Nuka Lantern, the ornament. Blows that one up to pieces. Things go launched into the sky. Yeah. This is awesome. I love it. It does also have very weak shielding, so it will protect itself. It's not great. It's the biggest weakness, though, of this thing is, as it loads, you destroy this layer. Of course, it's quite difficult to destroy with all the repairs going on. Just need to go higher damage. You do destroy the APS layer. Yeah, there we go. Massive, massive explosion. And the whole tree is felled. But it's not meant to be too powerful. It's meant to be a silly little Christmas design. And it definitely is that. It is silly and it is great. And even then, while it's not doing anything, even the base will still maintain all these drones for combat. So I could probably bring in another... I don't know, let's bring in a River Home or something. River Home, and all these little drones will still continue firing and avoid all the damage. Those torpedoes are being launched completely wild, but I'm loving this. And hopefully, it'll be accepted and used in the upcoming Christmas campaign. But I suppose I should probably get back to the actual adventure mode. This is what, I meant to be recording. Not spending an entire day and a half building Christmas trees and flying dice. But it's all a bit of fun. At the moment I have all my shields visible all the time, so that I can actually start working on additional layers. I just killed an enemy there as well. I wonder what I killed. Zoom out. I killed... Oh. Yeah, I killed whatever that was. Well, let's go grab the loot, whatever it is. I am definitely facing new designs. They do still seem a little bit weak, so I definitely do want to be increasing the difficulty a bit more. So yes, I want to be actually layering shields. Layering is a little bit awkward, because what you have to do, you have to place the... Because you can't place a shield like right on top of each other. You have to kind of go in between the gap of two existing shields. It's very doable, but it's just a little bit awkward to set up. What I'm facing now. A warhorse. Okay, do not know what one of them is. Let's go find out. It is a flying design, owned by the Grey Talons. It's a little bit like a 40k design, what with the prow and the cannon positions. So it's pretty effective at the front. It's definitely stopping some of my projectiles. Though, ooh, and that was nasty, and it looks like I am within 3 kilometers. Yeah, the EMP just wrecked through the base of it. And there. Ooh, level up. Yeah, hit the nose, and then the heat rounds just passed through the entire thing, blowing out the back section, which I believe is where the ammo must have been held. That's the power of heat rounds. I haven't really been able to showcase much of them doing that sort of thing. Because mostly these rounds are so powerful anyway. Oh, there goes the heavy mortar. Okay, I will say, the new post-processing does not make the explosions look even prettier. I made a slight adjustment to how I'm doing the shields. Basically now I'm going to have shields activated all the time, because I want to be utilising both laser absorb shields and reflect shields. What this means though, is that the easiest way to do this is to activate all my shields at once, or you can activate each individual shield separately using ACBs, though that's a lot more effort, and his shields are faff enough to set up as it is. So, what I've done is that when enemies are long range, the shield drive is reduced to 1. This because they only use a slight amount of power, and when they're within range, it's going to be increased up to 2. So, shields will get more powerful when I'm actually in combat. This will mean that I can layer up another layer of shields, a laser absorb shield, which will go probably underneath these current reflect shields, and that will help protect me against laser fire by, well, absorbing it and draining actual battery power for that. They won't be especially strong, and it's to be used in conjunction with smoke, but it should absorb at least some damage, protecting my craft. I am, however, intrigued to see what it is I am fighting. Just got shot out the sky. It looks like... Oh, that's a drone. Oh, I know what that's from. That's it's a marine thing. Yeah, Duster Marine. That's Deepwater Guard airship. I can't even remember its name now. But yes, it has a couple of little drone planes which spawn with it. That one looks pretty dead. And this one is still going, but it will soon get shot down. IR systems doing okay. Rangefinder though, it's not great. being very erratic. It probably is going to get destroyed as soon as I get in range with my particle accelerator. I suppose the flak hasn't taken it down, but see, it's strafing left and right. It's getting good arrangement, but nowhere near the actual thing itself. Again, I've got this weirdness which seems to be like a tile boundary, so it can't go straight towards it. Let's go straight there, like that. That'll be easier to travel, rather than going out then in again. Just reached this ironclad, as my ship has just begun firing at it. I've already hit it a couple of times on the nose, though they've taken a big hole out of the side of it there. Looks like it's been mostly wood though, and yeah, the keel is mostly wood and the top is metal. Yeah. You normally have your buoyant stuff at the base. It generally makes them very top heavy and unstable. It makes them sink easily, which seems to be happening. It is falling over and capsizing. Big explosion there, must have hit one of the ammo caches. Bit hard to tell, honestly. Oh, that was one of my torpedoes. So they are actually in range. That's great. I haven't actually just... No! I haven't adjusted them yet. These are the... Yeah, that's the other torpedoes, the ones which are moving at... can go out to 7 kilometers. So in fact, before I forget again, I'll go change that. Oh! What are you? Didn't even see you there. That's a flying squirrel! Very, very difficult to hit with normal shells because of its erratic movement, though it seems to have fallen in the drink, and that's a complete death knell. Because you hit the squirrel and it basically dies. It's very difficult to hit normally. You need quite fast missiles, well, fast and maneuverable missiles, or instant hit scan weapons such as lasers or particle accelerators. Wow, is there some loot coming up now. It's got a couple of thousand there, or 5, that must have been a drone or something. Got 3,500 there, got another 80 there, and another 2,000 there. Yeah, definitely it's taken a while to actually get it all, because my ship is being awkward in its manoeuvring. A little Telemachus has spawned in. This thing has got a lot of stuff under the waterline, but it's no real threat to me. It does seem though that I am now facing, I think, a majority rather than easy designs. I think I'm now facing a lot more normal designs, so there is that. It's just, I reckon my ship would be fine against a number of expert and quite a few of the godly designs. Technically the flying squirrel is a godly design, but it's mainly godly in relation to some of the deep water guard. It's a very good training thing, but I do reckon I could take on quite a few of the larger ships now. This ship does look... I will say, the new rendering system, the post-processing, does have some really awesome lighting features. So I'll definitely be keeping it for a while, just because these nice sorts of shots, so just seeing from their point of view, this massive barrage of death flying towards it. Here is a stalwart. I don't think I've faced this. I've faced similar designs, but I don't think I've actually faced this particular one. Though I just seem to have detonated part of its primary ammo storage. Yeah, big holes in it. So it's the big thing with the Onyx Watch ships. They're really quite easy. Particularly for the sort of weapon systems I have. They have very few shielding. I think that they're godly designs of shields, but most of the ships don't have shields. And so my projectiles just hit them and blow them to pieces so readily. Okay, what's that? I have no idea. Oh, it's... That must be Steel Striders. Yeah, Steel Striders. Their designs are based... A lot of them are based on more real-world sort of... Whoops. More real-world looking types of planes. That looks... Well, to me, it looks a bit like the GSF to me. I need to figure out a better way of turning. These thrusters just are not doing it. Do you like the vast increase in the speed of the torpedoes, though? They're actually hitting the target. So here go those torpedoes, and they should hit it. Oh, just out of range. Come on. Oh, they're going to detonate each other, aren't they? Yep. I think I need to space them out a little bit more. That's detonating themselves is a major issue. So I actually have the maximum delay which can be achieved by a single one of these. So you can only do 85 delay. Where you do this, so if you add another one, it'll add the delays together. So I'm going to double the delay between them. So it should now fire every second rather than every half second. Or hopefully spread them out enough that they won't detonate each other. Also, yeah, 4 kilometers is actually still a little bit on the short range of them, but for the most part, the enemies are going to be travelling towards me. Ship was already disabled by the time these ones reached it. So it should be a little bit less than 4 kilometers. Whatever it is, it's returning fire with sabot weaponry. That looks pretty big. Ooh, a Scarlet Dawn. Oh, another Scream. I would have killed one of you. Apparently these have an absolutely horrific bomb payload. So please die. Ooh, level up again. Okay, something's been broken on my... It's firing very short range. Oh! One of the barrels has been blown off. So that looks like it might have been this gun shot the barrel off as it was firing behind itself. Oh. It's more friendly fire for my own weapon systems. Huh. Something with a nuke blew up. Well, I've just tried to add a gyroscopic turning mechanism into my ship. Though, it seems to be making it sink. I was not expecting that. It seems to be using all of my power, which is just absolutely crazy. I'm just going to get rid of it and see if that actually helps improve it all, because, yeah, this is absolutely bonkers. Yeah. That was using, like, 30,000 power. Good grief. I don't even know if it was working properly. Yeah, I think I made a bit of a mistake on that. Yeah, I had to drive to it, but I don't know if that actually helps the gyroscopic spinning, or if that is just for helicopter blades. Let's see if it actually helps turning or not without it. I've reinstalled it and honestly I can't tell if it's helping turning or not. It's just very, very strange. I'll keep adding to it and see if it helps at all. I should be able to see if I massively increase the amount of weight on it. Well, I just entered a new area and my ship is sinking. I don't seem to have enough forward velocity to get the hydrofoils working, and yeah, the ship just does not want to float. Quick! Let's grab some water props or something to get some velocity going. Oops, that's not the back. Let's try again with the thrust actually on the back this time. Can we get things out the plane. There we go. Just about. There we go. And my ship has stopped sinking. Gah. Seems like I'm going to have to adjust my ship a little bit so it doesn't do that much. A poor little hoplite has spawned in. It's... Why on earth are the hoplites still spawning in? Like, what's the difficulty? The difficulty is 14. The hoplite... The ship is blowing itself apart. That's irritating. No. The hoplite is a... It's a rubbish design. It's one of the weakest designs in the game. Look at it. It's absolutely minuscule. I don't... Why is that even spawned in? Ah, well. I'll keep on trying to up the difficulty, see if there's at last something worth fighting. The next spawn is a Vitarius. Just why? What is the point? This thing is just going to die instantaneously, except for that you can get to it in time. Let's race my shells. Come on, come on, come on. Can I race them? Going at maximum speed here to try and catch up with them. Oh, oh. No. Too damaged. So yeah. It took me longer to reach it at maximum speed than it took for it to be destroyed. I really want to try and fight some more difficult designs, because I found a red portal I'm heading towards at the moment. What I've just done some fairly simple actual thruster stacking. So this here, I think it's sort of referred to as thruster stacking anyway. So here it is, all the thrusters are like right on top of each other, and so they're actually sort of stacked all together. This allows me to fit a lot more into the same sort of space. We had a small array of what, 9 or so. There's considerably more there now, and it's also a little bit higher up. Do need to now defend it, because this sticks out a fair bit further than it was. But this has also increased my speed up a little bit, a few meters per second at the moment. Probably need to utilise this in a few other areas to ensure that I go a fair bit faster. One weakness of this system though, it is quite a bit harder to actually build defences around, because there's a lot more actual thrust elements. So rather than these ones, so you've actually been able to place them quite deep in and have nice big armour blocks around. These are probably just going to have maybe, well, rather than beams, have a couple of armour blocks at most. Okay, so I have literally just entered the area. My smoke has deployed, and there are a lot of red laser beams. I'm a bit worried what this could be. There is one thing I am a bit worried about, particularly with that amount of laser fire. I think this could be a meteor. Let's see. Having it paused at the moment, because if it is a meteor, I need to respond immediately. Oh my. It is! This is a meteor! This is an 80 fleet power godly design. Right, okay, I was planning on ending the episode soon. This could end the Let's Play. Right, okay. The reason I'm a bit concerned is this thing spawns too early. This thing is horrifically powerful, considering it used to be an easy design, about, I think it was easy 20 fleet power or something, and it's been upgraded and made into an 80 fleet power godly design, which is fair enough. But not all the code has been quite updated, so it has a tendency to spawn when it shouldn't. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Right, ship. take command. Okay, what we got happening? We've got things exploding at the front here. I need to get my ship moving towards this thing as quickly as possible. This gun is firing. This thing has horrifically powerful LAM systems and it's deflecting everything I'm firing at it. I need my ship to get here quickly. Thankfully, that laser is firing at the front of the ship, which is one of the few places I have my laser absorb shield. Actually, speaking of, let's get that laser absorb shield powered up. So please, just go to Strength 5. So that should now absorb a fair bit more laser damage. Because yes, my laser absorb shields are this one and this one, which is exactly where the meteor is actually firing at. So that's good. The meteor seems very content into trying to take out this ammo storage, which is why I've put the lasers there, and taking out these engines. I am perfectly content with that. It did take out the sabot weapon at the front. I need to get this weapon firing because currently the LAM system is hard countering this railgun system. These are firing, but again, they are not powerful enough to break through the defenses of the meteor. Big deflection of the shields of the fragmentation warheads. I have hit it. I have taken out some of the shields. Yes, it is going to be very slow. The meteor is a huge design. Oh, good. I actually hit. It looks like some of its shields have been taken down. Okay, I have now gone into degraded mode because the FPS has plummeted due to the amount of lag I am currently experiencing. So that's where the bullet trails are disappearing and the explosions are kind of a bit funky. This has lots of multiple layers of shield. But I am eating through the front slowly but surely. Looks like a couple of the combiners have been taken offline. Let's go have a look how my ship's doing. My ship is again advancing forwards. The laser seems content at aiming at that ammo box, which I'm fine with because there's nothing there. The heavy explosive mortar is now firing. This weapon though will not fire due to the location because of the firing constraints I have adjusted. Oh, look at those missiles! Oh, good grief. I forgot it had all these missiles. Oh, look at those fragmentation warheads. Oh, that is quite painful. Particle accelerator is firing. Let's see how it's doing. Quickly pause. And pause. Just because the poor weather, I actually can't see both ships at once. Oh, looks like I took out a fairly large section of the ship there. I'm gonna level up. More large explosions. My weapons are actually now reaching the target because the LAM systems are offline. Some of the missiles have been disabled, so I don't have to worry so much about those now. Large detonation, though, on the hull. What was that? That was... I think... Look at all these pallets. This is why it's degraded mode. Each one of those has kinetic damage based on its velocity. It looks like that explosion was one of the ammo storages and some of the engine. I thought it may have been this one, but no, it's one of the ammo storages. That's okay. This ammo storage is still surviving. My ammo, though, is decreasing now. Oh, that weapon has been taken offline. Okay. Oh, that's the AI. The AI has probably been disabled. The heavy mortar, though, is doing work. Just the bow cannon's just bouncing straight off the shields at the front, though. Good, good. It's now been... It's in the drink. That's probably worse for me, because its laser system is now going to do less damage, firing under the water. And also, it means that the lambs will be less effective. But I now have a problem that my weapons are going to be skimming across the surface of the water. Excellent. It's 2 damaged. Meteor is 2 damaged, and my ship survived considerably well. Torpedoes have landed. They're self-detonating again. Probably need to increase the delay between them again. And it is despawning. Okay, it looks like my ship is having a bit of difficulty staying afloat though. Oh, and I lost some material storage, so I actually lost a lot of material there. Let's quickly grab some more material storage, because at the moment I am at max capacity. It's kind of sinking, it's kind of got so many holes, all the buoyancy is gone on this side. It's doing okay, I guess. And that 21,000 material, coupled with I just lost a load of material in that fight. Not only did I lose it, just generally lose it because of having to repair, I actually just lost a ton of material in the fact that some of my material storage was destroyed. Because I did have around about 60,000 storage, and it was basically full, and that was knocked down to below 50,000 during the fight. The ship, though, is operational. It's not looking healthy, but it's considerably looking pretty healthy. It's only the single pontoon side structure which was actually damaged, and in that, really, only the 4 weapon and a couple of the ammo caches. So I'm very, very happy with its performance. Just grab this resource and I shall end the episode. Oh, good grief, what am I fighting now? 70,000 resource, that is amazing. And a red tuna. So this massive, massive long combat, which I am absolutely terrified for my ship. And I face a red tuna. There we go. Whatever. Anyway, that's how adventure mode goes, I guess. One thing though I would probably like to do is the fact that I do keep getting distracted. I'm thinking what I'll do, rather than future putting these sorts of cutaways in my adventure mode things, I will actually make full videos on those designs and upload those into a separate playlist. So all those designs, like currently the Christmas themed designs, but should I come up with, because I'm going to be looking at some other designs for the various campaigns, so Ashes of the Empire Land campaign, the Glau small resource limited campaign, and the Quest for Nita. So I do want to start one of those campaigns soon, since this ship is pretty close to what my original concept for the hydrofoil. The three hulls, the central hull housing the very heavy weapons, and then the side hulls housing secondary weapons. There's plenty I can still do with this, but with the destruction of that meteor, I have a lot of resource. I can pretty much double this primary weapon with what I have. In fact, how much? Yeah, so my ship does cost a lot, but I have so much resources to play around with at the moment. I'm really quite at a loss where to go next. But thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths Adventure Mode with myself and Adifin. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it is always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it for me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out. Goodbye!